Hello and welcome to today's live coaching call and community conversation. Today we are going to be talking about the one thing women all over the world are doing to lose the weight. So welcome. If you're new to our community, I always like to take a second to introduce myself. My name is Diane Parham. I am the creator of the online course and community, the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman. We do have a course starting this Saturday, April 1st. Registration will close on Friday, March 31st at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time sharp. So if you're interested in joining us for our course, we would love to have you. I will post information about how to get registered here in just a second, and it's always available in my description box. Okay, so I feel like Mondays now, we need to do a little bit of a roll call with our community members and make sure everyone did their hair serum today and detox their face and have their water goals set up and all the things that we're doing to make sure that we are in fact, waking up every day with the best opportunity to look and feel our best and live our most authentic life. So if you've done the drill for Monday, just put I did the drill in the comments section and we'll give you a big high five when we get to answering our community comments. So the way today is going to run is like the way it always does. I'm going to coach on something for about 5 or 10 minutes, today's topic specifically, and then we'll open up our the rest of our time here today as a community conversation time, and I'll answer any questions in the comment section. So please make sure you're subscribed on YouTube and you're following on Facebook so you can, in fact, participate in what we have going on in our community. And then last but not least, congratulations to our March 2023 Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course graduates. You all just graduated this weekend. I am so proud of you for putting yourself first for the month of March and really digging deep and doing all the things mindset wise that you needed to do to create this amazing lifestyle for yourself. And just know that we are always here for you. Just because you graduated from class doesn't mean that you can't come back and participate in our community. So we love that as well. Okay, so now let's get to it. I want to talk about the one thing that women around the world are in fact doing that are helping them lose the weight. And the one thing that I want you to think about as you're listening to today's coaching call is, what is the weight for you? And oftentimes as women, we think the weight that has us so stuck in our life is the physical weight we see when we step on a scale. And I really believe, as a coach for women and a lot of the healing that I've done for myself, is that the weight has nothing to do with what I see when I step on a scale, but it's the burdens and the conflicts and the things that I have going on internally with my mindset and my emotional state that is really the weight that's holding me back. And I know it's holding a lot of other women back as well, which is why here in this community, we do coach from the standpoint of mindset and not nutrition, because basic nutrition is all we need to live a very healthy and happy life. It's the other things, life happening things, that tend to hold us back. And then we don't acknowledge those things and we use them as an excuse to why it is physically we're not reaching the weight that we want. So my beautiful friend, Brandy, posted this on her Instagram today. I've heard this before and I wanted to bring it up today because it was perfect timing. A mistake repeated more than once is a decision. And that's something that I think women really need to be honest about. You being frustrated with how your body is or how it is you're aging at this season in life is just the result of you making decisions over and over again. And for a lot of women, it's making decisions that we know do not work for us, right? So we just keep repeating these mistakes, but we haven't acknowledged the fact that we're actually consciously making these decisions. And that's where we end up in a place in our life. And for a lot of us, it is through this transition of midlife when we actually have time and energy to go, wait, how did I get here? What did I do in my life to end up in this position that I am? And why am I so unhappy with it? And I know for a lot of women, it's just because we were busy, right? And we were giving of ourselves to raise families or raise kids or whatever it is we need to do with our career. And then we get to this place where we feel like we get almost hit by a truck and we why am I in this place? And it is just that we've made these decisions, right? And we haven't really identified them as just these mistakes that we keep repeating. And why is it we can't make different decisions? And this is why here we talk about the mindset shift. For a lot of the women who are graduates of our intermittent fasting course and are in fact in our midlife mindset shift course and community, we talk about this a lot. We have to start making mindset shifts about how it is we are taking care of ourselves, and why is it that we keep making these same mistakes over and over again, or we have to start over, or we have to go back to a diet, or we have to desperately seek out another diet, when we know in fact that those diets aren't really the problem. Diets have worked. We see proof of that. That's the emotional buy-in so many of us have used to jump into something hoping that we'll get the same results someone else got. But those results will only last if we start to make some really serious mindset shifts about how it is and why it is we're showing up the way we're showing up in our lives, and especially around food, and why it is we're using food as that fix when that's not what food is intended for. So I want you to spend some time this week, or maybe you can spend some time while you're in class with us in April inside the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, or even in our Mindset Shift course, and decide what the weight is. What is the weight that you are holding on to that is making you feel so disappointed in yourself, or so unhappy with your body, or whatever it is? The weight, surprisingly, is not going to be the number on the scale, but it's the things that you're holding in your own thought process, or the things that you haven't been able to let go in your own heart, that are often what determines what we see when we step on that scale. And the more work we do mentally to get ourselves in a really happy, selfish place, and the more work we do emotionally to get ourselves in a happy and selfish place, and we start putting ourselves first, the weight that you see on the scale will take care of itself, because your body doesn't want to be there. Your body is only at that place with weight or even health that you're not happy with because you are mistaking food as the reason, right? And you're not identifying the real problem. So focus on changing what the weight is in your life, the things that are really, really deep seated that are causing you to make these decisions, and then change that. The physical weight will take care of itself when you show up emotionally and mentally shifted. And the shift is what happens when you decide to put yourself first. The shift is what happens when you pause and ask yourself, how is that really working for me? And if it's not working for you, you have all the permission you need today to make different decisions for yourself. And I want you to think about asking yourself this. Or instead of asking yourself this, instead of asking yourself or asking other people to make this decision for you, should I eat XYZ? I want you to shift the question to this. How is it that I want to feel? Right? Oftentimes we think about the fact that we ask these questions about, should I eat this food? Or we ask other people to make that decision for us. Is this something that I should eat? Is this okay? How much of this should I eat? You already know the answer, right? You already know the answer because you're asking to try to get that permission. But if you've already given yourself the permission, then what you have to start asking yourself is, how is it that I really want to feel? And if you can answer that honestly, I want to feel optimistic. I want to feel proud of myself. I don't want to feel like I'm struggling anymore. I want to feel energized. I want to feel whatever it is you decide that is you want to feel. Then you're going to then question yourself about the decision you're going to make. Because if you can identify that food or that drink or whatever as something that's not going to lead you to how it is that you want to feel, then your decision-making process is going to change, and you have now created that emotional and mental shift that so many of us need to really start making to lose the weight, right? And that is really where a lot of women around the world, and I say around the world because we have this huge international base of women here, they're really starting to make some gains in what it is they want for themselves. And what it is they say that they really want is to be happy and healthy. And the weight part of it becomes so irrelevant when we shift our focus to, I want to be happy and healthy. And we start making decisions based on that, as opposed to, I want to weigh a certain number. You start asking yourself really specific questions with the answers that you really want to have for yourself. So instead of asking, should I eat this thing? I want you to ask yourself, catch yourself. We have a thing here. We say, we breathe, we pause, we think, we ask, right? And ask yourself, how is it that I really want to feel? A lot of times when we're questioning food, it's because we're using food to not feel. And so if you ask yourself how you want to feel first, then the decision-making process about that food will be so much easier for you to make. The other thing I want to leave you with today, and I want you to really think about, and when we do these lessons here, this live coaching, or coaching on the rebroadcast, I really want you to take what it is that we're talking about here as a community discussion and go implement it in your life. And this is exactly the way I teach the intermittent fasting for today's Aging Woman course. 10 minutes a day, I teach you something. I want you to take it with you in your brain, and I want you to immediately implement it into your life so you can start seeing and feeling the changes. I want us to start thinking about valuing how we feel in our body when we stick to what it is we say that we really want for ourselves. I want you to think about that. How is it you feel in your body when you actually stick to what it is that you say that you want? Which basically just means that we stop doing this. We stop letting this be our excuse, right? Like, I want you to feel proud. I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel optimistic about your future self. I don't want a community of women who are walking around feeling disappointed, or feeling like they failed again, or feeling unoptimistic about what their life is going to look like 10, 20, 30 years down the road. We have a saying here, hungry is where the magic happens. And when a woman can sit and feel in a state of hungry, she is her most powerful self. And that takes that taking a breath, taking a pause, thinking for a little bit, and then asking yourself really informed questions like, how is it that I want to feel? Not, should I eat this food, right? Okay, when you value how it is you feel more than the satisfaction you're going to get from a temporary taste that you have in your mouth, right? Or a temporary fix you get from making a food decision. And the value really comes from how it is you want to feel, how you want to see yourself showing up in your life, and how it is you want to move into your future self, right? Then the decision-making process about food is super easy. You don't have to rely on anyone else to tell you if something is okay to eat or not, because that is not the thing that you're negotiating. You will never, ever want to give up looking and feeling your best and living your most authentic life, meaning you're giving yourself permission to show up the way you say you want to show up. You will never ever want to sacrifice that for a quick fix of food. And when you make that mindset shift, weight on your body will no longer be a problem, because your body will take care of itself. This is why the intermittent fasting for today's aging woman community is so powerful, because we are changing lives around the world for so many women who have struggled most of their adult life, and they are now ending the struggle because they have identified what really was the weight problem. And the weight problem was how it is we were thinking about taking care of ourselves and how it is we were making those food decisions. So you have all the permission to do this for yourself today. You do not have to wait for anyone else. And I want to also remind you, you have all the information that you need to take care of your beautiful and amazing body. You do not need anyone else to tell you how to take care of you. You and your body are in constant communication with each other, right? And the better you get at listening to your body, the more informed you will become about food choices, and you will be able to do that on your own. So the number one thing women around the world are doing to lose the weight is to make the mindset shift from should I eat this thing to how it is they want to feel. And when you can make that connection for yourself, girlfriend, I promise you the weight will not be an issue for you either. So we do all this work, like I said, inside the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course. As a graduate, we dive deeper into this work to really help you unpack and create the foundation that will last you a lifetime. I would be honored to have anyone who's ready to make this kind of shift for themselves join our community. We do have registration open for both communities. In my graduates community, if you are interested in joining us for the midlife mindset shift, I just put something up on the For Today's Aging Woman website. You just scroll down toward the bottom. You can put your name and the email address that you use to sign up for the intermittent fasting course into the form there. I will get notified. I will check to make sure that you are in fact a graduate. So you want to make sure you use the right email, and then I will send you information to join us for the midlife mindset shift course. I hope this is a message that you needed to hear today. You are doing great. You have all the tools that you need. You just need to rely on your brain and the thought processes that you're making. And I promise you, the weights will self-adjust, but you have to focus on the right weight being the thing that's holding you back and not the weight that's on the scale, which is usually what most of us think. Okay, so I'm going to post in the comment section for YouTube and Facebook the registration information to get inside the intermittent fasting course. Again, if you're looking to join us for the midlife mindset shift course, you can email me or you can go to my website at fortodaysagingwoman.com and fill out the form that is there. Patricia, thank you so much for being the first person who commented today on our live. I'm super excited that you're on your huge LD TV screen. That's why I do my detox me in the morning, right? And I do my little hair serum so that when I'm on that big screen, I'm showing up as my best self for you, my friend. So happy to have you here with us. Liz, March 23 grad. Congratulations, my friend. I hope you are very proud of yourself, Liz. You showed up for you. You went all in. You graduated from class. You have everything you need to go live a very happy and healthy life, and doing that in your most authentic way. And if you ever need support from us, girlfriend, I hope you'll keep coming back. We will always be here Mondays and Thursdays. And anything that you need reinforcement wise, you can find here, or just go back into your course and watch any lessons. And if you're interested in joining us for the next class, please make sure that you reach out to me and I'll get you set up. Marie ordered the hair serum. I did the drill. This is Marie Gilbert, March 23 graduate. Marie, I'm so excited for you. Again, another intermittent fasting for today's aging woman graduate in our community. So happy for you, Marie. Rinse and repeat. You know the drill. Rinse and repeat everything that you learned in class, consistency over time, and just embrace that hunger. Remember, that's where your magic is going to happen. I can't wait for you to start using your hair serum. What does it mean when 24 does not work? Oftentimes, Mary, I have to first understand what you define as not work, right? So first we have to get to what is it you feel isn't working. And then oftentimes when you're fasting for 20 hours and you're feasting for 4, it can be that you just haven't been doing it consistently over a long enough period of time for your body to heal on the way that you've decided that it should heal. So you're not, you're feeling like nothing's happening. Things are happening, trust me. And then it could also be something that's going on with some food choices that you're making. And so I need more information. That's a question that I can't just give a blanket answer to. Barbara from Australia, so good to have you here with us. Jan, August 22 grad. Recently, my Lumen said I was at a 5 late in the afternoon, which shocked me. I'm usually at a 1 then. Does that mean that my body dumped a bunch of glucose to be used as fuel? Could be 100%, which is the goal, right? We want to keep those tanks drained as much as we can. Oftentimes it could just be your heart rate was elevated. Maybe your battery wasn't charged enough. So I always look at those kind of things when they're a little bit like an outlier type of reading as, gee, that's interesting. And I kind of go about my life and I test the next day and see if everything kind of rebounds. So hopefully you're taking that kind of mindset approach with that. Angela, it's so true, Diane. I'm a creature of habit. So if I make good decisions a habit, I am successful 100%. January 23 grad, 35 pounds down, more active than ever, and sleeping like a baby. Angela, I'm so proud of you. Yes, and we have to make that connection, right? If you want to have good habits, then you have to just decide what it is that you want to do that you consider to be a good habit. You can create routines around them. We talk about habit stacking in our midlife mindset shift course. I do it setup Sunday, where on Sundays I just get my brain set up and my mindset set up and my calendar set up and all the things that I need to have a successful week. I know there's a lot of people who do like detox Sundays or reset Sundays, and I don't like that kind of mentality. I'm like, I want to set myself up for a great week. And so that's what I spend a little time doing on Sunday, even if it's just planning out my brain, right? So we have to purposely do those things. And Angela, I'm so glad that you're reaping the benefits. Diana, November 22 grad, bought a big honking water bottle. I'm sure makes you aware of your water intake, as I wasn't drinking enough before. Enjoy your getaway. Thank you so much. Yeah, like tracking things is the best way to get really honest with yourself, right? Or sitting down and asking yourself the right questions. And so, yeah, we're all walking around with our little big gallon water bottles in our house. And yeah, it's shocking, right? You're thinking you're drinking water all day, but unless you're really honestly tracking it, you're kind of just fibbing to yourself. So I'm glad you like the water bottle. And thank you so much. Yes, I will not be here on Thursday. My husband and I are going to take a trip to Cancun. We leave on Wednesday. If you follow me on Facebook or on Instagram, I'll be sharing some stuff in my stories, and I'm going to try to upload some shorts here on YouTube as well. So I'll try to share as much as I can with you guys. Lori, good afternoon. September 22 grad and current mindset shift member. Best decision ever joining, ladies. Join the April IF course. Yes, 100%. You have to the thing about the course, right? Because you can fast without the course 100%. Fasting's super easy. You just do nothing for a designated amount of hours. Easy peasy. No one needs to take a course for that. Where the course comes in handy is I make you think for you. I don't just roll out like you have to do these specific things. I want you to think, like, what is it about your life that has got you to this place where you're seeking out something new? Number one, right? And then number two is, how is it that you really want to show up for yourself? And so I make you think about all of those things, and I really encourage you to figure some things out for you. And a lot of courses aren't taught that way. They're like, here's the plan, follow it to a T. We're going to end on this day. Have a great life. And I do not want to serve my community that way. I want you to learn how to think about you and your life and what it is that you say that you want, and then help you realize that you have everything you need to make that happen for you. And that is really the magic of the course. Sandy, I was told that I'd never lose weight after 50. And my girl Sandy lost, I think it's over 100 pounds now. Get used to it. Doctors and other women proved that statement wrong, but even more so, I just quit listening to them. I have learned to trust me. Yes, Sandy is a rock star. She's lost over 100 pounds just by deciding she didn't want to carry that weight around. And it's just been amazing to watch her go through that whole transition and watch her just blossom into who she already was, but was kind of trapped by the situation that she was in. So Sandy, I love you, girlfriend. I needed to hear that question. How is that I want to feel? I receive my comments from family and friends that I am looking skinny. I need meat on my bones. I feel so much better in a lot of ways. Yeah, I've heard that also, that I'm losing too much weight or I'm too skinny. And I'm always like, compared to what, right? So there's always something that someone's comparing you to. And I think it's Janice. So I always think about this. I want you to consider where the messaging is coming from and who the message is coming from and who they're comparing you to. And if it's usually themselves, it's because they're seeing themselves and the disappointment in themselves through the accomplishments and the wins that you've had, and they're disappointed in them and they voice that to you. So always consider the source, number one. And if you feel great, my friend, that's all that matters. And if you feel happy and healthy, those two things should be going hand in hand, right? Because we know a lot of happy people who are not so healthy. We know a lot of healthy people who aren't happy. We want both of those. And it sounds like you're getting that for yourself. So don't worry about it, girlfriend. You're doing great things for you. Yeah, see, a lot of people get those comments. So 2 comments. I think I've shared this before. Also, I've had girlfriends tell me they wouldn't hang out with me in the summer because they weren't taking care of themselves and I was taking care of myself. So they didn't want to hang out with me in the summer when it was like time to take the kids to the pool or, hang out in shorts or whatever. Like, that's not a very good girlfriend. Or, like, it must be nice for you to stay in shape or not have any weight to lose. It must be easy for you. No, we show up every day thinking about how it is we want to feel and how it is we want to see ourselves. And we make choices for ourselves based on what we want to have, right? And this is a big mindset shift. And the healing a lot of women have to do is, why is it that we're eating ourselves into these miserable lives? And we need to stop that and just understand, like, gosh, sitting in that feeling of hungry is really awesome. And it helps us figure out like a lot of those decision-making processes for ourselves that we were making that really weren't working for us. So girlfriend, you're doing great things for yourself, and just know that we love you and you're welcome here in our community anytime, any way you want to show up. Ebony, so positive. Never heard it put this way. I will start saying this today. How do I want to feel? Thank you for imparting this God-given knowledge to us. You're welcome, my friend Ebony. Yeah. How do you want to feel? Sometimes, right? And I call this taking one for the team. I don't know why I come up with these phrases, but this is what I say. Sometimes, you do make that conscious choice of, I'm going to eat the cupcake anyways, right? And I know it's not going to make me feel so great, and that's okay. Today I'm going to make this conscious decision, and then I'm just going to get myself out of that feeling as fast as possible. That's also important to acknowledge. The problem that a lot of people have, especially women, is we eat the cupcake, then we beat ourselves up about eating the cupcake, and then we also don't feel good. And so then we repeat all those bad decisions because we get in this slump of self-pity and regret and disappointment, and then we can't get ourselves out of it. So consciously even making decisions about, I'm going to eat the thing anyway. I know I'm probably not going to feel my best. And on this one occasion, I'm totally okay with that. I also know how to get myself out of this when you own the decisions honestly for yourself. So we have to make sure that we remember that as well. Okay, let's see. Tina, choose to quit eating sugar, flour, and artificial sweeteners in January. Life is so much better and manageable without it. November 21 grad and current mindset shift member. Bonus, down 13 pounds and not my focus. Yeah, that's exactly, Tina, what I wanted to get the message across today. When you make decisions based on how it is you want to feel, the weights will automatically come off. Most of us have been trained or taught or conditioned or manipulated or whatever to concentrate on how it is we want to look. And oftentimes it's look in the eyes of someone else and not look internally at how it is we want to see ourselves. And if you want to see yourself in a way that is proud and in a way that's confident and a way that's empowered and a way that you feel really authentic about the decisions you're making, then the weight will come off. And then you end up seeing yourself in that light. And then the physique part of it just follows along because that's where your body wants to naturally fall. So Tina, I'm super proud of you. And yeah, for some women, you have to make those decisions. If you find that flour, sugar, all those things are kind of your nemesis, you have to put those things at bay, and then you can experiment and add them in and see if maybe you've gotten to a place where your body and your brain can now handle it. And for some women, they just can't. And so that's the drug of choice that you just put on the sidelines, and you learn to live your life happily and healthfully without it. And Tina, I know that's been a big battle for you, and girlfriend, I am so stinking proud of you. Mary Kay, I am a 2020 graduate. I am a 20-hour faster. Sometimes when I start over, I have diarrhea, TMI, any help. It could just be what you're putting in your gut. So I don't know what start over means, but sometimes when you put some things, like you break your fast with something and your digestive system just can't handle it, then that's how your body responds to it. So make a list of things that you're putting in your body during your feasting time, and then see if you can pinpoint the thing that's causing your body to kind of have that reaction. And then if it's chronic, then, I would look at it more seriously. If it's just a here and there kind of thing, just your body kind of weeding some things out, I wouldn't worry about it. Wanda, I started 24 last Monday. It isn't as difficult as I thought. Yes. Happy with my weight, lost 2 pounds and stable, doing it for mental and maintain physical health. Yeah, Wanda, that's a perfect reason for doing it for sure. I will fast till the day I die. And, people think that, how can you say that? I love being in a fasted state. Like I absolutely thrive there. And it's almost like I was just watching a video the other day about someone who doesn't say that they intermittent fast anymore because that's just what they do. And I'm like, yeah, I don't intermittent fast anymore either. I just show up as my most authentic self, and it happens to be that I fast, right? And so I am an authentic woman, and that's kind of how I should probably start describing myself. Like intermittent fasting is just ingrained in me. I think I was supposed to live my life this way all along. And so I think, letting go of some of those labels sometimes and just want to just show up as your best self, girlfriend. And if that means you just wait until you eat, then you do your thing. 2 more pounds, maintaining 20-pound loss from 2 years ago. Love it. Carrie, enjoy your vacation. Do you have any long fasting beyond 24? So what are the benefits? So my husband and I just decided that for the next 6 weeks, Tuesday to Wednesday, we're fasting 26 hours. So I will be fasting on my way to Cancun. We'll start tomorrow night. We'll fast for 26 hours. I think we land, by the time we get to our hotel, it'll be about 5 o'clock or something, Cancun time. So we'll fast all the way. Quick note, really quick, for all those of you who are still here with us. I just got a message from my son this weekend. He was on a trip to New York, and he was sharing with me how he fasted while he traveled. So for all of you who think that your people aren't watching you and learning from you, they are. He did a fasted travel day, said he felt absolutely amazing, was like so aware of the cookie munching and pretzel munching and all the things people were consuming around the airport and then the flight. And he was like, there's nothing that I could have eaten that would have satisfied any kind of real hunger feelings that he had. And it would have ended the amazing feeling that he had while he was traveling. Super calm, super in control, super energized. I was so proud as a mama to know that that is something that my kids are adopting as well. So travel fasting is absolutely fantastic. Yay, Sandy. Yes, Sandy's crushing it. Jane, hi, Diane, November 22 grad, loving this lifestyle. Feel sanity around food. Yes, that's how we should. Food should not make us feel anxious. It should not make us feel nervous. It should not create doubt in how it is we show up as women. Food should not ever be that thing for us. Food should be that thing that we really feel confident around, and we know that it serves a certain purpose for us, and we don't use it to hurt ourselves, right? And a lot of women use food to hurt themselves or to mask things. And so I'm glad that you feel sane around food. That's the goal. Shauna, February grad from 23. I'm living an authentic life, been doing mindset shifts. I'm seeing food in a different light. As far as losing weight, I'm letting my body do what it needs to do. It will happen, Shauna. It will happen. You cannot force your body to lose weight. If you force your body to lose weight, aka dieting or depriving yourself, then what happens is that's obviously not a natural thing. And as soon as you stop doing those things, and you will stop doing those things because that's not a natural way for us to live, the weight comes back and then some. So if you move out of the way and you do very informed things that really are authentic to how it is you want to show up for yourself around food, then the weight will come off. It always does. Angela, in the course, you gave us the tools to build this new wonderful life. You have helped us learn how to trust our bodies and lean into where the magic happens and reap the benefits of being healthy. Thank you for saying that, because that is my goal, and my passion is to give you the tools to build your life. I can't do that for you. You have to do that for yourself. And it is that sense of pride and ownership that you did that for you, Angela. And I'm so happy that you are making that connection. And now you can just go live your life, right? It's super fun. Cookie, then, the weekends are harder for me. I liked and appreciate the statement, how do I show up in the presence of food? It wasn't pretty this weekend. Okay, so then you have to ask yourself, why are you making those decisions on the weekend? What is it about the weekend that has you thinking that way and maybe having to reevaluate how you show up on the weekend? And is that worth it? If it's worth it, there is no shame in that game, sister. But if you wake up every Monday with regret and disappointment and shame around what you did on the weekend, then we have to go back and revisit why it is you're doing that to yourself, because weekends come around 52 times a year, right? And we do not want to have to feel that way every single Monday. So ask yourself how it is you want to feel on Monday, and then let the decisions you make on the weekend get you the feeling that you're asking for. Carrie, thanks for the answer, and congrats to your son. I love watching and learning here. We love having you here. Shauna, IF since August 22, down 50 pounds and turned 50 this year. Feel amazing. Shauna, I've shared Shauna's pictures here before. Shauna's before and after pictures. And I always have to say this. I don't ask for before and after pictures. I could care less. It's how you feel that really does matter. And I don't ask about weight or any of those things. But when you guys send me your before and after pictures, it absolutely delights me, because you're so proud to show where you are from where you were. And Shauna shared some amazing pictures that I've shared in this community. I'll have to put them up on my website, Shauna. She made an amazing transformation for herself, and she's going to be 50 and 50 pounds lighter. Like, what a great way to enter your 50s. Jan, thank you so much for helping all of us be our most gorgeous selves. Yes, I'm so grateful to you. Enjoy your bikini time. Thank you so much. This girl right here, I have been a sun worshiper, bikini wearing, beach loving girl my whole life. And I've recently had some skin precancerous things taken off, and I have skin that's changing. I'm going to be 57 this year. I do not want skin cancer to take me down. So the amount of time that I will be spending in the sun with most of my skin exposed is going to be limited in Cancun, and I'm going to find some other things to do. I'm going to spend some time in the gym, maybe take some walks on the beach or whatever. But the sunbathing aspect of Diane has definitely changed now that I am really looking at how I want my skin to show up on my body as I get older. S. Lydia, I like that we can change up hours fasted. I like seeing the visual on the app. Lost 14 pounds in 3 months and still going. You go, girl. Keep doing you. Make informed decisions, my friend, on how it is you want to feel. And also, how do you want to see yourself? So when you look at yourself in the mirror, I want us to start thinking about looking past the aesthetic, and I want us to look in the mirror and really see ourselves as our most honest and authentic self to how it is we are showing up, right? Showing up fully engaged in our decision-making process, showing up fully creating the life that we say that we really want for ourselves, and then executing on that. And then when you can look in the mirror and be really honest with yourself about all these decisions you're making and what it is you say you really want and how it is you really want to feel, then the aesthetic part just shows up there too. And it's a beautiful thing to watch happen. I'm very open and honest with the fact that it took me about a year to lose the weight that I was trying to lose when I was diagnosed as a pre-diabetic, because I was doing all the crazy things the internet was telling me to do and wasn't engaged with my most authentic self. And then as soon as I made that connection and really started showing up for me first and knew I had permission and all the knowledge that I needed to have to make those informed decisions, it felt like the weight came off overnight. And that's because a lot of the weight was here and a lot of the weight was in my heart, right? And not being honest with myself. So it's magic when it happens. It sure is fun. I love having you guys all here in our community, whether you're here to just learn some new things, whether you're here to take a course, whether you're here because you're a graduate. I love all of you. And I really do feel like the more healthy and happy women we have with feet on the ground in our world today, the better the world is going to be. And it does start with us. So make sure you're asking yourself today, how is it I want to feel? And how am I going to create a happy and healthy life for myself based on those feelings that I say that I want? And then everything else gets really easy. I will see you guys on stories, Instagram and Facebook. I will also see you guys in some shorts here on YouTube. I will do my best to upload some things here as well. I will be back next Monday, Wednesday through next Sunday. We will be in Cancun. I will be on live tomorrow for Instagram, and then that will be the last time you see me kind of in this setting until I get back from my trip. So have a great week. Make great decisions for yourself, and I'll see you guys back here on Monday.